Yo, happy day, happy day. It's your bro True Jew here. Look, I wanted to hit y'all with something. I see that it's a lot of people trying to figure out how to grow and plant foods right now. And a lot of people in the zone where I'm at, zone 7, they having issues with this clay soil. So I want to give you a little tips on how to grow, a few little tips on how to grow successfully in the clay soil and get your seeds germinating very quickly. Okay, so let's go on and flip this camera around and I'll show you what I did here. I'll make this quick. So what I did was all of this is clay soil. As you see the composition of it. We just had a rain. And what's so good about this clay soil in particular is that it's packed with nutrients. What I like to do is smell the soil myself. I'll bring it up to my nose and I'll smell it. And it has a certain smell that's just very vibrant. Now, you see, even though we had a rain, this clay soil is not really clumping up, right? It's actually looking like compost and some good, healthy soil. Now, there are moments where you get pieces like this. Okay? You get pieces like this that can still be considered clay, but as it dries out, you'll notice that it actually grinds down into some real good soil. So what I decided to do, and what I was led to do by the Most High Mama and Papa, was to just go ahead on and open this ground up. I opened it up, and I wanted to get the ground real loose, but I did it after a rain, and I allowed the sun to dry out some of the soil so that it wouldn't just stay clumpy. See, we got some of this that's kind of baked. See that? See how it's wet there and it's baked there? Well, don't let that get to you. You just break that up with your hoe and you get in there. And so what I did was I started planting my collards. These is collard green. These is mustards right there. Then I got some spinach growing right here. You see that spinach growing right there? And then I got the broccoli growing right here. Now, out of this batch, I did 21 rows, okay, coming on down. And you can see how well it's growing. Now let me show you how I actually busted it up. Now right here, we like I told you, we just had a rain. Now see how this mud or this soil isn't draining? Now, I thought that was gonna be an issue, and it could be an issue for most folks. Now, I busted this whole ground up right here because I'm gonna do some more food plots, some more rows right here. But this isn't a problem as much as one might think. Now I do got a little slope coming down. So what I did was I made my food plot from north to south, okay? North to south with these first set of rows. But I rolled everything from east to west, really from northeast to southwest. What that did was it created an element where when it did rain, yeah, I did get a couple puddles, but I irrigated those puddles out, okay? As you see right there, you see a couple lines where I broke out. These particular rows right here had got flooded, but it wasn't no biggie because I knew that if I irrigated those rows out, that everything would be okay. And sure enough, everything is okay. So let me go down here and show y'all how to bust this up. First thing you want to do is pray. Okay, I don't know what kind of spiritual folks y'all is, but I pray over everything. Okay, Most High Mama and Papa, please bless this land. Please continue to guide us out here in our hands. Please keep us as we do what we do and as you lead us to do what we do. May we give you all the gratitude, all the thanks, and all the praise for the success that we hope for every day. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Now that's how I get started. Now right here in this ground, I'm gonna make me a new row because I'm gonna plant me some onions real quick. All I want to do is open this up, okay? Now you hear a couple roots breaking up, and that's just fine. What I also want to do is get rid of any rocks. Now see there? This is how I know this ground is good. I don't know if you see that worm right there. Here you go. See that earthworm? See that? See that earthworm right there? That's how you know this some good ground. That was the first thing to let me know, okay, even though it's clay soil, it's okay. All right? So what you want to do is just break it up. Get any roots that you got growing out the way. Okay? Get any roots you got going out the way. Okay? Get them out the way. You can hear them breaking now. Okay? You hear them breaking now. And what you want to do is get you a row. So let me roll this out and I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. Now, as you see, I rolled this ground out, and I did it very quickly. There was a few rocks and little stones in the ground like this, and this is really what you want to move out the way. You really want to get these stones out the way, break these roots up. There'll be little stones like this, depending on where you grow 'em. Most clay soils have stones like this. Now, I'm not going to just go plant no seed in. What I'm going to do is I got me some green onions right here. And this was just from the family dinner the other night, okay, because we haven't been able to produce anything yet because we just started growing our food. But right now, these onions smell real good. Now, you see, you could take most onions from the grocery store, and once you cut them down to where you need them, to where you've eaten them, you save them. And you save the root system right here, okay? Now, I wet these roots the other night in preparation for planting today. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unwrap these roots, okay? Let me see. Give me one moment, y'all. Okay, excuse me. I'm going to unwrap these roots. Now what I'm going to do is begin planting them in this row. All I like to do is take my finger just like that. Now remember I told you, most folks will say, oh no, don't plant in this clay like that. But I'm a little bit different. So look, I took it and I'm going to sit root side down right here in the clay soil. Now instead of pushing it down off into the clay, I'm going to loosely surround it with clay that's already been rolled out. Okay? We're going to loosely plant it in the clay, just like so. You don't want to push it down too hard. You just want to create a small little portal for it to sit in. That's most important. The worms, the earthworms will come along, and what they'll do is they'll go head on and open up that ground underneath the portal, as I like to call it. They'll open it on up. And most people be like, but ain't that clay still clay? Yeah, it might be a little clay-like at this point right now. But the idea is, look, we going into summertime. So this clay, even if it feels, look, even if it's doing like what clay likes to do, you don't worry about that because we have proof that the worms will come in and do their job. Okay? So that's one of the key factors you got to pay attention to when you out here in the land. You always want to look at how nature, Mama Nature is going to help you out along the way. Now I'm going to do this and I'll be back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Now look, this is what we got. I done planted all of them down. And what I do is the root side down. So you see all of these is the places where I cut to feed the family with originally. Now they're all in the ground now. Okay, they all in the ground. So that's one row of fresh green onions planted and ready to begin sprouting up and doing what they need to do. Now keep in mind, this soil ain't dried out yet. Now the soil is packed with nutrients. It's packed with all kind of good microbials, all kind of good elements and good bacteria that's gonna help continue to germinate them roots and keep them roots going and growing and thriving. Now the soil is also very moist. Look, you could tell that the sun is hot right now. Today we got a real hot day. You can see outside just how beautiful it is. But it's going to heat up. So you don't really want to take the moisture out of the soil. Okay, you got to stay watching it. Even though it's moist and wet now, in a day or so, it's going to be dried out. Okay, so you want to get those roots situated in that soil ahead of time. And that's how you get that success, okay, that you're looking for. That goes back into what I was saying over here. How if you look, now look at this. Look like he even got some crawdads. Look at that. Look at that crawdad right there. Somebody been eating. Now, on one side of the fence, that's a good sign to know that under the ground, we got some more action going on the other side of the fence. That lets me know I'm going to have to get these fences and this barrier hooked up real soon because I don't want nobody over off into my greens doing what they think they finna be doing with my greens, okay? But you can see just how vibrant these greens are right there in that clay soil. Okay, they love that. Okay, and I keep them moist. Now, see them spinach coming up right there? See them spinaches coming up? Now, if you wondered how long it took for all these to sprout up, I planted these on May 18th. Okay, this first 7 rows or so I planted May 18th. Now, most seeds say it take about 8 to 10 days to germinate. Well, I got some great news to report to you. Using this method right here in this here clay soil, I got them things to sprout up. Well, the Most High Mom and Papa got them to sprout up. Okay, in 4 days flat. 4 days flat. And I know the angels is out here just touching them and getting them to go. Okay, so I want y'all to know, keep the faith, keep your work ethic strong when you out here in the field. It's a lot that have to be done, but you can do it. Okay, this your bruh True Jew signing out. You know I love y'all to life, and I'll report back to you when them green onions get to really kicking off, okay? Until next time, Most High Mama and Papa willing, gone.